Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, and welcome to Command Power, the show in which we discuss all things Magic the Gathering with a focus on Commander. And today we have another episode in our Spoiler Spotlight series in which I talk about, well, spoilers and tell you what my thoughts are on them. But before that, just a quick reminder to click subscribe if you enjoy my videos. We're well on our way to 1 million subscribers and your support means everything to me. And today we're going to be talking about Sludge Titan. For 4 colorless and 2 hybrid Golgari, it's a creature zombie giant 6/6 with trample, and whenever Sludge Titan enters the battlefield or attacks, mill 5 cards. You may put a creature card and or a land card from among them into your hand. So I wanted to highlight this card because I feel like a lot of cards from the Ravnica Clue Edition set have been overlooked, and this is probably one of the best of the bunch, if not the single best one there. It's a new addition to the Titan cycle, and we haven't really seen anything like this for a really long time other than the 5 original Titans. So just like those, this has an ETB trigger and an attack trigger, which means that you're getting value as long as this hits the battlefield, even if you never get to attack with it. So if you remember the original 5 Titans, some were a lot better than others. The best one, of course, was Primeval Titan, which is currently banned in Commander. After that, we have Sun Titan, of course, which is still a really strong card in Commander to this day. And then the other 3 are a little bit weaker, but still see some play in certain strategies. This, I feel, is actually stronger than most of those other ones. It probably becomes the 3rd strongest after Primeval Titan and Sun Titan, and it might even be better than Sun Titan in certain builds. Because if there's one thing that Golgari wants to be doing, it's messing around with the graveyard, and this does that fantastically. Milling 5 cards is a huge amount, which means that you're definitely going to be getting some value out of that, and then you're either going to get to return a creature or a land or both, which is what you're going to be hoping for in most games, and it's not that difficult to do, to be honest. On average, you're going to hit at least 1 land off of this, and if your deck has a bunch of creatures, then this is an incredible amount of value since this is drawing you 2 cards whilst fueling your graveyard. That's unbelievable on ETB, but then of course you have the attack trigger as well, which means you can keep doing this over and over. The other thing that's really good about this card is the keyword. Trample on a 6/6 is much better than some of the abilities we saw on the other Titans. It's the ability that Primeval Titan originally had, and it's very strong because a 6/6 is often chumped otherwise, and particularly in the case of the Titans, they're already getting value when they attack. So if your opponents don't have a good way to kill them, then they're just going to offer up chumps to avoid taking the 6 damage. But Sludge Titan kind of does away with that by swinging in with Trample, which means that they're going to take a bunch of damage with this no matter what. And the way Trample tends to work in Commander is that if people can't kill it, they'll just take all the damage because they don't just want to get rid of a creature to mitigate some of that damage. So that's a really strong keyword to have on what is already a really powerful effect. Now, what are some decks that might be interested in this? Well, obviously Carador, Ghost Chieftain, and Muldrotha absolutely love this card because they're provided with so much value whilst also fueling the graveyard. That's something that these strategies definitely want. The Gitrog monster is really interested in this as well. You can just mill a bunch of lands with this and then draw a bunch of cards whilst also getting one of those lands back, and if you're lucky, getting a creature as well. It's just insane value in that deck. I've also put it into my Master Transcendent list, which I'm going to be trying out this weekend, and I'm going to see how that works, but it seems like it would be amazing because milling 5 is actually a really huge amount. I honestly think that this card is incredibly strong, and it's probably being overlooked because people don't really know that much about this set. In general, I actually think Ravnica Clue Edition is quite a nice pickup. I got a bunch of nice cards out of mine, and getting the foil shock is also good. In any case, don't sleep on this card because if the product isn't open that much, it might become quite expensive. So there you have it. Those have been my thoughts on this new spoiler. What do you think about this card? Please let me know in the comment section below. I read all comments and respond to all of them too. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click like or subscribe. It really helps the channel. And until next time, take care.